Okay, back again. I have fully looked up more hints at this point. Because I still- oh, look at the probe, it was so close. Because I strongly felt like I was missing something that I should have picked up on already. And it turns out I was correct. So let me get into the ship's log real quick so that time doesn't pass. Oh, Endless Canyon. That's where that was. Okay, so apparently, yes, what I was missing is, yeah, there sure is another way to deal with those doors that's way easier. And that there certainly is something else to extinguish in places like that. It's the candles. And I'll be real, I'm kind of glad I looked this one up, because I don't know how long it would have taken me to figure that one out on my own. Because I had been, like, straight up, I had been treating all of the candles as just set decoration. I had not even thought to investigate those as interactable objects up to now. Which, honestly, kind of a Dumbo brain move on me, because this DLC is all about light, and candles are also all about light. So I should have thought more about that. But no, apparently the portable candle that you carry in the DLC can also be used with other candles in the DLC. Who knew? So that should hopefully make things a bit easier. I did also look a little bit up about the general vibe of what to expect for this, like, the Dream World part of the DLC, just because, like, I was, like, getting real psyched out at not knowing what to expect, and it was actually starting to mess with me, like, I don't know what's gonna happen and where, and I don't like that, like, more so than in an entertaining way. So I decided, okay, I will just give myself an idea of what to expect if something does happen. So I have not spoiled myself in terms of, like, the specific locations where things are, so that'll still be a surprise, but I know generally what the enemies are supposed to do if you get near them, so that I am not questioning every single thing that it seems even slightly out of place. So I've experienced that feeling now of questioning every single sound and sight that I hear. I experienced it. It was not fun, and I decided I didn't want more of that. So that's how I'm going to continue enjoying this DLC. I may turn on the reduced frights option at some point as well, but I do want to, like, get up close to one of the inhabitants first before that happens, just to see what the, like, quote-unquote unfiltered experience is like first, before just deciding if that is necessary. But I'm suspecting at this point that it might be. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, where should we go between these three locations, now that I know kind of how to deal with the doors a bit better? I think let's go back to the first area, maybe. Or, yeah, let's go back to the first area. Makes sense. Because I do, if I want to see the inhabitants, that's the one place I know for sure I've seen one. But yeah, other than, oh, there is one other thing that I did look up that maybe we should investigate first before going into the dream world. There was something else that I missed. You know the boathouse at the reservoir? So I apparently also did not think to see if there was anything under there. Because apparently there is something under there that I have missed as well. And I'm kind of glad that I looked that up too, so that we could find that. So that I could find that. Because apparently it's important and useful, so let's go find that. Alright, shameless hint usage aside, I actually had my wires slightly crossed here. There is indeed something to find in the boathouse, but it's just a diagram of the diving bell. No, what I was thinking of is a reel in Hidden Gorge that the hint guide specifically called out as worth investigating. All the guide said, though, was that it's behind a door that won't open. So, once I realized my mistake with the boathouse and headed over to the gorge, I still didn't know exactly how to find what I was looking for. There we go. Now, plenty of time to figure things out. So we went in here. Did we go in here? Maybe not if the door is locked. The door open on the other side. How we get other side? Okay. Oh no. Well, I know kind of where I'm going at least. Sadly, I didn't get to try again on that loop. When I rode back around, I saw that because my previous raft was still docked at the gorge, I couldn't take another one back up there. On the next loop, though, I was able to successfully make my way back to the gorge, around the side of the building, and open the door. Checking a hole in the floor, I spotted the reel, and by using my scout, I was able to open the door to that room from the inside. I took the reel to the cinema to watch, and I wish I could show you my reaction here, but unfortunately, my mic audio accidentally got muted during this section, so you just get to watch this reel in silence with me. Yay! After this curious little movie, I headed back over to the party house and entered Endless Canyon. I spent a little while here playing with the artifact, lighting and extinguishing the candles around me willy-nilly, and eventually I found myself back at the stage area. I looked around for a door with candles I could extinguish, but didn't find anything. Further into the structure, though, I found what appeared to be a screening room, which I soon noticed had an occupant. I snuck away from here in short order as the end times music kicked in, thankfully with nothing in pursuit of me. Before the loop ended, I spotted some empty reel shelves and reached the upper dining hall area, but that was about it. The recording session ended there, but frustratingly, I still hadn't noticed my mic was muted in OBS when I started the next one. And I proceeded to record for another 3 hours with no mic audio. And they were pretty productive hours too, so get ready for a lot of voiceover here, oh boy. I searched outside the stranger for a couple loops with some difficulty until I found the blown hole from the slide reel. Then I had more difficulty figuring out how to even land and access it, but eventually I went through the hole and found the secret lab I'd seen through the window in the hidden gorge before. Exploring the lab, I found out that there were a couple different prototypes of the artifact before the final one that we've been using. I also found a reel about the prototypes. Watching it at the cinema, it implied something very bad had happened with one of the prototypes. After this, I went back into the Endless Canyon. After exploring around there for a while, I made my way back to the dining hall I'd found before and found the other side of the Iron Maiden in the wall, which activated a walkway across the center of the lodge. This walkway led to an outdoor stone path down to an elevator, which took me down to a dock and let me summon a boat. The loop ended before I could ride it very far, but knowing this dock was here still seemed helpful. On the next loop, I spent more time exploring some of the same areas again, trying to get familiar with the lodge and the new secrets I'd found. Then I went down to the dock again and rode the boat to the next area, an island which seemed to resemble the diving bell. Getting off here and using some teleporty hands to reach the central island, I found a small window, which showed the area you wake up in when dozing at the diving bell. Nearby was a vision torch, which showed a vision of 2 inhabitants entering the dream world with the vault and carrying it down the stairs. So that explains how the vault was moved from its spot. Also, the fact that the vault is even able to enter the dream world did seem to be another piece of evidence that someone or something conscious enough to dream might be inside it. There wasn't much else to explore here, so I rowed the boat to the next area, which was Shrouded Woodlands. Yay! I finally solved the mystery of where the boat here comes from. The loop ended here, but yay, still! Spurred by that discovery, I went straight to the Woodlands next loop, beelined to the dock, and sailed over to the next area, Starlit Cove. I floated past a burnt house here, but didn't see a place to dock, so continued on to Endless Canyon, where I quickly realized the problem with coming here without an elevator. Back in the Woodlands, I tried to explore a bit more, but the wave woke me up and forced me to move camp. I went back to the subterranean lake area and examined the various puzzle pieces there, wondering if anything new would click now that I'd seen more from the other areas. Nothing really did yet, so I just meditated and reset. Next loop, I went to Starlit Cove, extinguished this pesky door, and used the Iron Maiden to activate a walkway to the secret door in the tower, which also turned out to be a dock, good to know for later. I headed upstairs to find candles lining the upstairs room instead of light bulbs. I, of course, extinguished all of them, then went up to the roof and saw that it was more or less the same as in the waking world. Jumping off the tower was also a quick way to wake up and get moving to the real version of the tower, where, sure enough, the lights around the mural were off and the secret door was open. Sadly, most of the code panels hidden here were burnt out, but there was one new code intact behind a symbol of a burning slide reel. Burning slide reel, where have we seen that before? So yeah, I zoomed as fast as I could over to Hidden Gorge and into the burning reel shrine, where I activated an elevator with the code and took it down to a secret basement. Ooh. And one of the projectors down here revealed a marker for what appeared to be the useless cove! Oh my gosh, it actually is a useful cove! The loop ended here, but I got back soon enough and checked the other projectors, which had markers for a hidden grate in the lowlands and a protruding room off one of the tall buildings in the gorge. There was also a new reel, which showed the following. After movie time, I went to investigate the 3 secret spots. I had some difficulty in a couple instances, specifically with making this landing in the gorge, but over the course of a few loops, I was able to find and explore all 3 areas, including the side of the cove I hadn't noticed before. Oh man. In each area, there were piles of ash and burnt-out reels alongside these strange scanning machines. Each area also had a small room with a secret reel inside, which, when taken, would close the door and trap me inside. Thankfully, with how decayed these rooms are, they weren't too difficult to escape with help from the scout, so I was able to make it out with my prizes unscathed. Each of these reels had a creepy symbol of 3 inhabitants on it. Perhaps the representatives of the 3 settlements I'd theorized about? Also, by the way, inhabitant is a bit of a mouthful, so I'm gonna start calling these beings what the fandom calls them, alks. Like an owl that is also an elk. Makes sense to me. Anyway, the Hidden Gorge reel shows one alk handing off a code panel to another, then going through the stage area in Endless Canyon and crossing an invisible bridge. I had to reverse the footage once or twice here to make sure I was seeing things correctly, but sure enough, that's an invisible bridge. Across the bridge, the alk uses an Iron Maiden device to extinguish the lights in the lodge, and then the other alk takes the code panel to a mural in the basement. When the lights turn out, the mural disappears and they're able to pass through a secret door there. The Lowlands reel shows an alk taking a code panel, and joining a procession of other Alks holding lanterns in the shrouded woodlands. They reach a large river house, and inside is a fireplace, which the Alk with the panel walks through as if it's not even there. Finally, the Cinder Isles reel appears to start at a burnt-down structure. An Alk rides a boat from there to a dock, hands over a code panel, then keeps riding the boat until spotting a hidden teleporty hand in the cliffside. They use it to reach an Iron Maiden device and turn off all the lights in the area, which allows their friend Alk to descend into the well at the center of the village. And mercifully for you, this is where my recording session ended, and the next one had mic audio again, thank goodness. So I will rest my throatsies here and let past Aaron take over again for a little while. Okay, so just going over the ship's logs from last time. So, hidden slide reel showed a container marked with a glowing symbol being handed to a shadowy figure. The lights are extinguished. The figure carries the container down a dark well. That doesn't seem to be all that it shows. They also show this teleporty hand, which I think must be... It looks like it's in the Endless Canyon. Either way, when we're traveling by boat, we should maybe keep an eye on, like, rock walls to see if we can see that. Yeah, there's a crevice in a rock face on the right-hand side of the boat at some point that will help us get down into a dark well. Which I think that well is... Yeah, that well I think is in the Starlit Cove, though. So maybe the teleporty hand in the wall is leading into Starlit Cove, which I do want to explore more today. I don't think I'll be able to do a very long session today, because I am starting a bit later than usual. Yeah, Secret Well. Starlit Cove. Well, let's mark the damaged lab just in case. We're not going in that way right now if I'm going to go to Starlit Cove first, but I do want to have that as my default marked location, I think. Yeah, so I think if we want Starlit Cove, we have to actually go there from the start, because we don't have the correct dock if we don't actually, like, go there. And there isn't really a convenient artifact there, so we have to pick up the one from here, I think. Although I guess if we activate the... Hold on. Maybe we don't have to stay in Starlit Cove the whole time. We could just stay long enough to activate the dock, and then leave, and relocate to Hidden Gorge so we have a bit more time, maybe. I don't know. That whole bit of maneuvering might take more time than it takes to actually stay in Starlit Cove, though. I don't know. Maybe not. Anyway, let's just go for it for now. Nope, not roast a marshmallow. Doze off. Hey again. Just gonna quickly skip through a bit here, because after this, I did try my idea to move from Starlit Cove to Endless Canyon, but I wasted a whole bunch of time not remembering how to find the canyon dock. Oops. Eventually I decided I had wasted most of the loop, so I just reset to try again. Feel kind of silly that I can't remember where the elevator down to the boat dock is. I might have to pause and check the footage again. Or maybe we don't have to go here at all, and I should just stay in Starlit Cove where I actually want to explore. And then I don't have this problem. So after waking up, I flew back to the Stranger, did a somersault into the docking bay, which I started doing more often to save time, and I headed back to the Cinder Isles for nap time round 2. Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go. Sleep, 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 let's go! This way, this way. Okay, dock is there. Good. And now, let's see if we can explore the rest of this place. There's another door we can extinguish here. Okay. Oh, we can close that behind us. Potentially good? Where is this? Okay, I don't think we want to be here right now. Have I used this one? I don't know if I have. Oh, wait, is this where part of that reel took place? What is that? I hear a high-pitched sound. Don't like that. It. It's an alarm here. Did I just bypass an alarm without knowing it? Either way, I should probably get out of the area where the alarm happened. Quietly, if possible. Hang on, let me shine a light this way. Okay, there's a candle there. There's a bridge that way. I don't think that's the bridge I was on. Is that just a circle? That's just a circle. I do want to see what I might have set off this way, just in case. So I know if I should avoid it. No? What did I set off? It's up there that way. Huh. No, it's over here. And I should not go into the lantern lights here. And I can't extinguish these unless I get close. Okay. I can try and get close. Oh. I can extinguish to stay in the dark and stay undetected. At least until I get to the bridge. I don't know how I get past that. So there's no going there yet. Okay, I think I don't hear anything. So let's try and head back this way. Okay, stay in the dark. There's another elevator there. Oh, I think that's the wave coming through. We'll see if this place starts to tilt. Uh-oh. Alright. I don't know if we want to spend too much longer in there for right now. I know that there's a spot with a burned structure in there somewhere, though. I've seen it from the shore. So how do we get to that? Kind of want to restart just so I can quickly review the clips in the ship's log. Oh, wait, that wasn't... Okay. That wasn't what I meant to do. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Let me try something. Hang on. Is this... I meditate? And okay, I can't meditate in front of the green fire. It takes me in here. Oh my god. That's funny. Okay, fine then. You win. I'll go in. Oh, right. We also want to see if we can spot the crevice. Maybe we should take a quick boat ride around the sites and see if we can see that. See if we can make it all the way around before the end of the loop. Alright, let's go! Go, go, go! So I do want to look here just in case. I don't think it's here, now that I think about it more, but I do want to look just in case. Yeah. Yeah, I think not. It's gotta be in the Starlit Cove section. We want this structure at some point. So where is it in relation? We want a crevice in the rock wall. What part of the rock wall is it then? Is it in here? No? My light goes dark by then. Oh, no, here it comes. Well, now we can meditate until the end of the loop. So I'm gonna quickly review the clips. And then I think I need to go to bed, unfortunately. I'll just try to remember what I should be starting with tomorrow. The well at the bottom of the village is guarded by a statue that activates an alarm bell when it sees me. It does. That it does. Okay. So we see this. It goes through the burned building. The boat does dock there, it seems. This is the alarm bell. This is by the alarm bell, it seems. So the boat rides out from there. Which may be why we can't see it from the regular route, because it rides from that area. And then this other person goes down the well. Okay. So that might be why we can't access that yet. So how do we access that? How do we access that area in the middle? How about the secret fireplace? Remind me about that one. Go across the little bridgey bridge. Through the woods. Into the house. We haven't been in the house where music supposedly comes from yet. Maybe I should go to Shrouded Woodlands next time. See if I can dock there, coming from the Hidden Gorge, just so I have more time. And what about the secret mural? Right. That veranda. There's an invisible bridge. That seems like the easiest thing to check. To see if there's an invisible bridge there. Maybe I do have enough time before bed to check this. Alright, let's do it. Let's see if I can do this quickly. I also have to remember how to get to the veranda. Ugh. I don't think I need the bridge to find it. Although I would love a map of this area at some point. Just so I can remember where important landmarks like that are. Marking map is not great for those in specific. The violin, does that mean it's up here? Yes. Okay. So from what I'm led to believe, there should be an invisible bridge from here to here. Do I need to look down at my feet? Oh! Look at me Indiana Jonesing this shit. And then there's a device here, which can deilluminate the whole structure. Okay. Oh shit. That sounded like an alarm of some sort. Shit. Okay, so they don't come running straight here, thankfully. Well, maybe I want them to come running straight here so that I can go in there unbothered. I don't have to look down to cross it. Okay, good. And then it's the mural downstairs. Uh-oh. 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 I'd like to extinguish you, please. Give me some more darkness over here, just in case. I hear creepy music. It's probably a bad sign if I do. See light down there. And not green light. Here's stairs. I'm going downstairs. I've hit a wall. Going down more stairs. I've hit the corner of a wall. Shit. Oh, that's a tree. Okay. I think. Shit. It's a door. That's the entrance. This is the entrance. Where do I need to go without illuminating anything? Down here? No, I don't think so. Can probably hide here, though. Oh, that's the wave happening. No, I need to get out of here. I need to speed up. I need to hurry. There. Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. Hi. Okay. That was actually not as bad as I thought it would be, as far as jump scares go. They give me plenty of warning. Okay. That's encouraging? Question mark? Okay, I think I need to try that again tomorrow, though. I clearly don't know which way I'm going in there. I think I need to try and, like, just YOLO and explore the layout of that building more so I'm ready more next time. Well, let's not meditate in front of the fire then. And just meditate out here instead. And we'll come at this again tomorrow. How about?